Hey, what's up? It's Comic95 the Savior, and for this video I will be giving you 5 reasons why you should stop making up excuses and come to Japan now. So, everything in the world has pretty much been crazy and changed over this past year, which is now finally coming to an end, but I want to tell you that this is literally the best time possible to come to Japan. While things might be crazy, things also aren't going to change anytime soon, at least for the meantime. Possibly not until the end of next year, hopefully, but hey, even then, you might look back on this video, or maybe you might find it new a year or two from now, and be like, oh, you know, this really has become the new normal, whatever type thing. I'm not gonna get into all of that, because that's not what this video is about, but I want to tell you the 5 reasons why you should come here, which of course all have to do with that. So, Number 1, there are tons of job openings. A lot of people have left Japan, and it left a lot of these companies basically hurting for the entirety of the year. People are now going back to school, going back to work. Japan is not functioning like how the US is and other foreign countries. Not to bash, Japan, but just being real. They haven't really taken this virus very seriously. Everything's remained open. Everyone's pretty much going out shopping, eating, partying, clubbing. Everything just as usual. But we're not going to get on Japan for that, not in this video. So what I'm saying is basically everyone's lives have resumed, but they don't have the foreigners that they need to run the economy, to run their education system. They're all gone. Like, even if every foreigner right now would decide that they wanted to get a job, those that don't have jobs, there would still be thousands and thousands of openings that cannot be filled because there's no new people coming in. So, with that said, yes, there's tons and tons and tons of openings. You could pretty much apply to get a job in just about any city, any prefecture, and yeah, I will warn you though that of course, just as there are lots of jobs available, people are also holding on to their jobs more too though, because nobody wants to have to look for a job during this time. So if you do get a good job, definitely hold on to it, especially if you're someone watching this that's already here in Japan. But if you're planning to come here next year, you need to be applying now. Do not wait until March, April, whatever. Can you find a job during that time? Yes, but normally companies like to hire their applicants far in advance if possible so that they can train you, get you started, handle visa stuff, everything right away before your first day of work. This is especially helpful if you're planning to work for a large, dispatch company, to work at an international school or to work as an ALT. Those 2 companies are the ones with the most openings, with the exception of course, the typical staple language schools, which have done videos on those companies before as well. So this is just to get your foot in the door. Like I said, you're probably not going to land your dream job. My goal is to help you get here and get here with ease. So do keep that in mind when watching this video. This is not telling you that your dream job is available right now. But if your plan was to come to Japan and you found it hard to apply in the past, now's your chance. And speaking of which, that brings me to number 2. There is no competition. I'm sorry to put it this way, but just to be blunt, the coronavirus originated in Asia, and naturally, nobody wants to go to Asia right now. Everybody's afraid of it. People are literally harming Asian people just for being Asian around the world. And this is not to make this into a good thing, but I will say, as bad as this does sound, it kind of works in your favor because you have no competition. There are not thousands and thousands of applicants applying for the same job anymore because thousands and thousands of people never plan to come back to Asia again because they're afraid of being trapped here. Japan really did their foreigners bogus in a sense, but I'm not gonna get into that. We'll talk about that in another video. I have mixed feelings about how they handled not letting people back in, but at the same time, other countries did the same thing, and on top of that, for the majority of these foreigners, they knew what was going on in the world and willingly went back to their home country for spring break and then cried about being left out of the country. But the only part where Japan has it wrong, they let their own people come back in that had also left during this time, but wouldn't let back the foreigners of permanent residency. And with that said, fine, I do understand that part of it. But this video is not about that. I know I've already pissed off a lot of you, so let's move on. Yeah, you have no competition. So any job that you do get, they're basically at your mercy. Even if you're the worst applicant they've ever seen in their entire life, you're completely unqualified, they're gonna look at you and be like, well, we only have between her and the guy that doesn't have a degree whose visa we can't sponsor, so, well, you're hired. There you go, there you have it. No competition. Go ahead, apply for the job, might as well. There are literally employers now asking you, during your interview and even after you've accepted the job, if you know of anyone looking for a job, because even after they've hired you, they still need more employees. So they're really hurting right now. And again, this problem will eventually be solved, I think. So you really want to jump on it now. Apply to these jobs now. Because if you don't, you're going to wait until next year. And if things go on like how they're planning to do for the Olympics, there's going to be a significant, pour of new foreigners, new tourists that are going to repopulate and bring everything back up to where it is. People are going to have second thoughts and change their mind and want to come to Japan and think about working here, etc. And now you're going to have that competition again. And if you have no teaching experience, this is perfect for you, because once again, they just need somebody that meets the qualifications to be a teacher here. You don't have to be like a licensed teacher, whatever. All you need is a degree. All you need is to be a native speaker. And even if you're not a native speaker, I literally have friends that are from the Philippines that have helped get a job here. Again, they speak English at a native level, but they're not going to be recognized as a native speaker here in Japan. Same thing goes people that are, from some select African countries, and as well as, different island countries such as like Jamaica, things like that. Unfortunately, while these people are also native English speakers, most jobs do not hire people that are from Africa or that are from the Caribbean because of their accents. Which really sucks because I've actually met people that are from South Africa, that actually sound more like British to me. Like I'm bad with accents, so maybe I'm not the one to say it, but in my opinion, it really just comes down to being kind of prejudiced. But this video is not about that. My point is, now things work in your favor because these companies are desperate. They need anyone to take, this job, this position. With that said, companies that don't normally hire non-native speakers will now hire a non-native English speaker, as long as you can speak English at a native fluent level, and or of course if you look the part. So yeah, let's move along. Number 3, it's easier to negotiate your salary. Now, of course, while getting the job is also easy, the cards are also in your favor. They're at your mercy once again. You can ask for more pay. Now, of course, this won't work for every company, but you probably will find several that will. I know I have. You can literally apply for a job that probably was only willing to pay you, let's say, $2,600. But now you're like, I know there's no competition. I want $2,800, or I want $7,500, whatever the case might be. Now they're not going to normally say, oh yes, please stay, foreigner. But if you show persistence, like, oh, I really wanted this job, but I was offered a little bit more at this other company. I really enough to, whatever. Talk nicely. They'll change their mind. I've been there, done that. And with that said, yeah, take advantage of it. You can get paid more money. You can get them to offer you, more things. For example, your company can actually pay for, part of your housing. Pay like, $200 to $300 a month on your housing, which saves you money. And it saves, it's all tax write-offs for them. So it's not even costing them anything in the long run. You can get them to be willing to do things like that for you. So keep all of this in mind when applying for a job. Of course, you don't say this during the interview, but once you've been offered a contract, work your way up. Be like, hey, so you haven't signed the contract, you're only paying me, $2,500. I'm an experienced teacher. I think I deserve more. But of course, say it nicely. Don't say it like how I just did. I'm just talking to you on YouTube. So with that said, let's move along. Number 4, there's less foreigners here. Less foreigners mean there's more freedom for you. You can go to tourist destinations, sightseeing, etc. without all of the crowds, take pictures, enjoy Japan without all of the foreigners. Things like, going to the park, having picnics, etc. I know it's cold right now, but it'll get warmer. For example, during the cherry blossom season last year, there was still a lot of people, but not nearly as much as there normally was. Pretty much everything that you could think of that there is to do, there's way less people in comparison to what there used to be. Places like Kyoto, Nara, Osaka Castle, like all of these different places that people go to, they're not nearly as busy and crowded as they used to be because there's no more Chinese tourists, no more Korean tourists everywhere. You don't see as many people, from Europe, etc. Like, it's hardly anybody here. The foreigners that you do see here, I promise you, like 9 out of 10 of them live here. They're just on vacation and either travel to another city, another country, not another country, another prefecture, whatever. They're not legitimate travelers. There are some here, but very, very, very minimal. And with that said, you'll find yourself enjoying these tourist destinations a lot more. And last but not least, number 5. There's a lot more discounts for you as a foreigner. A lot of these companies are trying to compete for your money. So they're offering discounts, things such as the Go-To Travel campaign. Airlines have some discounts and hotel packages and all these other type of special things. A lot of tourist destinations actually have discounts for their ticket prices. They're offering more, services for you, etc. They're doing whatever they can to bring in more money. There have literally been like staple tourist restaurants and foreign restaurants that have had to close down shop here because they weren't able to make enough money. big companies such as TGI Fridays, which I couldn't believe that. It's like, this is a huge American company. How do you not have enough money to survive a couple of months during this pandemic? But that's another story. So anyway, with that said, yeah, a lot of these companies, from hotel, apartments here, even offering like special discount packages, etc. For example, my own place, I didn't pay any of those crazy outrageous fees. My rent is high, but I didn't pay a crazy move-in cost. My move-in cost was just, I think, it was less than $3,000 to move into my place. You can easily pay over $3,000 for a crappy, rundown, old apartment. My place was brand new, built from the ground. I'm the only person to have ever lived here. I was the first person to walk into this place. And I only paid, I think, like $2,500 or whatever to move in here. That's not even, a 2-month security deposit right there. And that's with everything. That was my insurance fees and all of that stuff. So, with that said, there's lots of discounts that you can get on things like housing, discounts on hotels, discounts on train passes, all type of stuff that you can do and or get just by simply coming here now. The longer you wait, the less things will be available because, of course, as tourism starts to go back up again, they have less reason to try to help you save money. Now their goal is to make money again, so things will go back up in price, especially if they are able to host the Olympics here like how they're planning to do next year. And again, if that is the case, you best believe that a lot of these discounts more than likely will go away because once they get foreigners back in again, why would they be trying to save you money? So that's that. Again, if you're thinking about coming to Japan, just go now. Japan is a first world country. It's not dangerous. You don't have to worry about, getting killed by the police. You don't have to worry about gun violence. You don't have to worry about politicians or any other of that type of, crazy stuff, even crazy people here. I promise you will love and enjoy your time here. Don't spend too much time trying to watch every YouTube video, read every bad thing, every whatever, even my own stuff. You would drive yourself crazy. The goal of my channel is just to give you my own life experience and talk about the other side of things that people don't talk about. This is a journal for me. I love my life. I'm happy. That's why I'm still here. So don't let, negative things, negative people, negative videos, blog posts, news posts, whatever, scare you from coming here. Come to Japan. You will love it. You will love working here. You will love, meeting people, dating people, all of the fun, cool, Japanese culture type things that make you fall in love with Japan to begin with. Now is the best time to experience. Yes, it's weird because we all have to wear masks and do all that type of crap. Though to be honest, you don't have to wear a mask here, but you should. There's no laws and whatever about that for the most part. But you should, of course, to protect yourself and those around you. But at the same time, your experience is ultimately, for the most part, overall the same. Most things are still open and functioning. There's a few differences that have taken place, obviously, because of the measures that were taken to protect ourselves. But generally speaking, you'll still get to go to the same fun places, experience the same fun things, and honestly, it's best to come during this time of the year because you won't have to deal with the sweltering hot summers. I personally came to Japan myself in December, so I speak from personal experience. If you are someone that is coming here at this time, I promise you will enjoy a lot more being able to get started and settle in while it is cold instead of trying to move stuff and getting lost and lugging things around when it's super hot outside. So that's that. I'm done with this video. We can go on forever, as I always say. Sorry for talking so much. But I hope to see you here in Japan, and I hope you enjoy your new life here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and leave a comment down below. Other than that, you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and you can add me on Snapchat and like my Facebook page as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.